So the leak list has been updated, guys. So we have more information from our beloved reliable sources from the Discord, okay? So the first thing, I mean, there are a lot of things that were already there, you know, so I'm not gonna mention every single one, like for example the Mistas over here and stuff, but a lot of new stuff as well, okay? So let's focus on the new stuff. F-18s first. They are saying that the F-18A Plus or the F-18C in an early model will be a premium. Okay, so we will have an A Plus or an F-18C that will be a premium. But they are saying that also the US is getting 2 F-18s in the normal tech tree, maybe 3 with the premium, right? So the F-18C late model being the tech tree. That's kind of how it's going to be working. And then the Super Hornet. So basically 3 F-18s, a lot of F-18s. I think this patch is going to focus a lot on F-18s. Even with these down here, this is probably meaning Finnish F-18s, some other nations. I'm doing a video talking about all the possible outcomes of how many F-18s can come. Technically, 5 nations can have the F-18. So yeah, pretty interesting, right? So yeah, the F-18 A Plus or C as a premium, the C model as a late model of the F-18C coming for the tech tree, and then the Super Hornet that we already knew, okay? So a little bit more explanation on the F-18s. Then we jump for some new stuff that wasn't in this list before. The Su-30SM that we kind of knew already would come, you know, because of the leaks, because of the teasers coming from the teases, basically coming from the actual guiding themselves, right? So Su-30SM will probably come. It's kind of for sure, you know, and coming this reliable source again it's another confirmation, right? But then the F-2A, guys, it might be delayed, they're saying, but the Mitsubishi F-2A, hopefully it gets added because Japan really, I think, could use something like this, something that it's more domestic, although it's based on the F-16. Something a little bit more domestic. Remember, this is based off of the Agile Falcon package. I don't remember the name exactly, but it was basically a prototype that they were planning on building that would basically increase the maneuverability of the F-16, right? So the idea here is that it has larger wings, even though it has the same engine and everything, so it will be slower and lose a little bit more energy in a turn. It will turn more. And as a raider, most modern Japanese missiles that they can add to the game right now, and it's just incredible. So hopefully the F2 gets added. And then we have the J-11B. So the J-11B is kind of a different aircraft, because the major thing about this aircraft is that they say around 90% domestically built stuff on this aircraft. So it means that the majority of the stuff that we see, the radar, the engines and everything, could be Chinese built. And with that, we can have some interesting things. We can have the PL-12, for example. We can have the PL-8s, maybe even a PL-8B or something even greater. So it would be a very interesting Su-27, right? It is basically a normal flanker, but Chinese built, so we will have Chinese systems. That's the interesting part, especially for the PL-12, which I think it's, you know, much better than the R-77 for very long range shots. So you can have basically PL-12s together with R-77s and have a very good flanker actually. So yeah, hopefully this thing is added. It is in the leak and it will be a very interesting aircraft. Some more things, some stuff that was already here. For example, the Tigre or the Tiger hack, that anti-tank version that I was talking about from Mike's leak. It's implemented in this leak. The other one was already here. Of course, the XM246 that was teased for us in the early stages of this year, you know, by Gaijin themselves. It's an AA system for the US, prototype one, and everything. So, yeah, everything else is pretty much what it was already. They are confirming, of course, that it got changed to the French, and the Germans are not going to receive this. But yeah, as you can see, everything else was on the leak before. So the Rapier, the Harry Hopkins that was added today on the devs blogs, the Mistas, the Clovis, the Warspy, the Strasbourg. We have the Matsu over here that I don't think it was before, but everything else was already here. Okay, and basically this is it. So a very interesting update on the leak list, including the Mitsubishi F2, including the J11, including the Su-30SM, and including multiple F-18s here. Jesus Christ, how many F-18s they're gonna add? Remember, we have still this, so the British can have, the Germans, the Finnish with the Swedish Tech 3, even the Italians can have an F-18. So let's wait and see who is gonna get an F-18 dispatch. But yeah, guys, basically this is it. So the leak list is updated. Let me know in the comments what you think. Everything else is the same. And I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, and bye, guys. See ya.